Hello everybody, my name is Luis Gutierrez with the Geek Press, and with this video I'm going to give you my impressions on the Modern Warfare 2 beta. But before we get this video started, please be sure to like and subscribe. It will definitely help the channel grow, and at the moment 68% of you guys that are watching aren't subscribed. Let's change that. But without further ado, let's jump into the video.
I'm on my way.
From the handful of hours I've sunken into the game, it's clear that they've been listening to the fan base. And even though Modern Warfare 2 is a lot of fun, there were some things that I didn't enjoy. I don't know what it is about Modern Warfare, but every time Activision releases one, they always look incredibly gorgeous. It's clear that the dev team puts in an insane amount of work to make the smallest thing look great. Before the beta came to Xbox, I had a hard time believing that I was watching a Call of Duty game, and that's always a nice surprise when I'm feeling like that. If you're not able to hear what's coming at you in Call of Duty, you're gonna have a bad time. And for the time I spent playing the game, I never had a problem with the actual sound in-game. Everything I heard sounded insanely crisp. One thing I enjoyed was being able to hear the enemy's footsteps as clearly as I could. I'd be in the middle of a firefight and I'd be able to hear someone trying to sneak up around me. And let's not forget about how great the guns sound when you fire them. And even though I'm playing a video game, you can almost feel the impact of a gunshot through the audio alone, and that feels phenomenal. And another thing I've always enjoyed about Call of Duty is being able to hear your gun clock back when you're either reloading it or inspecting it. It's always a nice little touch to hear the little squeaky squeaks. Call of Duty has always been known for its smooth gunplay, and Modern Warfare is no different. When you load into a game, you already know what to expect, and you already have a good idea of what the gun can and cannot do. And even though throughout the beta I was killed in some questionable ways, it appears that all the guns showcased are all balanced for the most part. Granted, I only used about 5 different guns, and most of them served me good. The only time I felt like it wasn't doing me well was when I was using a shotgun. It was a bit odd because there'd be times where I'd shoot someone within a point blank range and they'd just eat those shells like they were the Terminator. While on the other hand, I'd be getting one shot at left and right by the shotgun. Maybe it's because I'm not good with it, who knows. I gotta say, I didn't think I'd have as much fun playing third person mode as I did. Maybe it's because I've been playing a lot of third person games, or perhaps it's simply because we haven't had a third person mode in Call of Duty for some time. It almost felt like I was playing an entirely different game. I was able to manipulate the camera to my liking in almost every fight. I've always felt a little weird about buying skins in Call of Duty, because you can never see them. But this wasn't the case. It was actually pretty cool to see my guy run around and kill people. But here's what I didn't like about third person mode. It was whenever you're aiming down your sights. It always threw me off and made me feel a bit discombobulated, because every time you aimed down your sights, you switched to first person. And it always looked odd going from a third person POV to a first person POV just to aim down your sights, especially when there are multiple enemies around. If you were able to aim your sights in third person without switching to first person, I believe this mode would truly be perfect in my opinion. I feel like setting up a class was a bit clunky. The layout in which everything was set up was kind of all over the place. Starters, perks are now broken up into 3 categories. Players can have 2 basic perks, 1 bonus perk, and 1 ultimate perk. The 2 basic perks will essentially serve as passive skills that you'll have throughout the game, but if you want to use your bonus or ultimate, you'll have to earn it in a match. Though I get why they're doing that so things don't get a little overpowered, it still is pretty lame that you have to earn something that you've already unlocked to use in a match. And from the looks of it, it doesn't seem like it's going to be going anywhere anytime soon or something they plan on fixing. For better or worse, it's here to stay. As for the field equipments, I don't have too much to say on it because I primarily only use Dead Silence, but I hated the fact that in order to use it, you have to pull out this device, and while you're doing it, the enemies can hear you activating it, so it could give them the advantage to go and kill you. A lot of different promotional videos, Call of Duty has really been pushing their ground war mode as well as the other big team battle game types. On paper, this mode is fun because you're flying helicopters, driving tanks and boats, cars and everything. But it's a little too much for me. But that's not why I play Call of Duty games. It often feels like they're trying to make a mini Battlefield game within a Call of Duty. And a lot of the times I couldn't move less than 5 feet without being killed. Because of that, I couldn't really enjoy the mode, and there was just too much going on. and it made the mode unplayable for me. With that being said, I thought the Modern Warfare 2 beta was solid. The gameplay was great. I appreciate all the new modes they added in and tools that people can use. I feel like the game does need to be touched up a bit, and it's still a bit sad to see people hiding in the shadows and not being able to see them. I really thought that would be something they would fix by now. But even though the game does have its faults, I feel like the pros outweigh the cons, and it's a very enjoyable game that I think most people will like. And there you have it. Those are my initial thoughts on the Modern Warfare 2 beta. I will admit, I only sunk in a handful of hours, so I only really talked about what I really played a lot of and what I feel like I could give my opinion on. I played a little bit on my stream. You guys can go check out my Twitch channel at I'm Joshua Joestar. I'm going to be linking all of my work down below. But yeah, I think Call of Duty, it's a solid game. There, like I just said right now, there is stuff they need to work on, but I'm gonna be playing it nonetheless. They already have my money, for better or worse. And yeah, I can't wait for the full release in October. And I know the campaign's gonna be fun because I just have a soft spot for Soap and Price and the rest of the gang. But until then, peace.